Happy Stitch Along Friday.
It is.
And I think we're here.
We are.
We've been talking and grimacing and talking and
Yeah.
got some issues going on here, but we're figuring it out.
We are figuring it out. Yes.
And so welcome everyone for joining us. I know it's probably, people don't really know what we're saying yet because they're looking forward to clicking on something. And that clicking doesn't happen for another, 20, 40 seconds?
Well, that's right.
After we start?
Exactly. And right now we don't have any viewers. So, it's...
Oh, that is always a little bit.
We've got one. Yay. Thank you. Oh, now 4. Yay, yay, yay.
Okay, we're doing fine.
Everybody's coming on board.
Yeah, so what have you been doing this week since we've been chit-chatting away?
Well, what I've been doing was I kind of looked, I've been doing inventory, of course. So I've been counting our inventory, and then I realized...
And did you find any inventory?
I did, and I lots of inventory, actually. And how are we going to use up this inventory?
Exactly.
So,
hello, Agni.
So I think what we're going to do is make a few popular accessory packs available.
I heard from you earlier, of course. Yes. I know this.
Yeah, you already know this.
But the point is that we're going to be able to maybe make a few of this and a few of that
yes.
we weren't expecting.
That we weren't expecting. And I'm making them, so hopefully they're all got their stuff in.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to step on your toes there. Yeah, let's hope so. We'll announce it a little further on in the live stream because so far not enough people are probably here in order for everyone to benefit from it. But
true.
The good thing is you've just started to make a few of the ACT packs that people have been clamoring for, so we hope that it'll be wonderful for people to be able to do anything with them.
Exactly.
Buy them.
And this is the first time, the first time in, say, a couple of decades that I've made packs.
Yeah? When was the last time you made ACT packs?
I think I made some of those lamppost kits like 25, 24 years ago.
Oh, not even accessory packs?
Not even accessory packs. I've made a couple here and there, but not mass quantities, But it's a whole learning experience.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm looking to see if there's any more comments, but so far, Agni, you're the only one that's commented on our screen. And I know there are already 14 viewers. Oh, here we go. Hola, Marley.
Hola, Marley, yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that you're here. And also, Agni, I hope things in Lithuania are okay. We're actually on this end of the, on this side of the globe. Yes. We're fairly peaceful. We've got nice weather.
Yes.
Luckily, there's not any tragedies or terrible things that are happening here. But my heart always goes out to all the people all over the world who are experiencing some terrible things like war. Trisha's here. Yay. Norma Farrow. How wonderful. And it looks like, I don't know why. I never thought Norma was in New York. For some reason, I thought you were somewhere in my mind. You were in the Midwest.
Oh,
sorry.
And it's a beautiful spring day. Well,
nice.
We're having a spring day too, but our spring is wet.
It kind of is, yeah. We've got intermittent showers, I think they call it.
Rain, sun, sun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A little bit of hail thrown in there.
Patty, you're here. It has been forever. What's been happening on your end? We miss you. Margaret from Nova Scotia. It is true. It's very rare that you're actually here right away. I'm so glad you made it. And hopefully you'll hang in with us until the end of it. Because as you say, you're going to have a cup of tea and you're going to sit for a while. That sounds really lovely. And Patricia Rideout is here.
Yeah, also from Nova Scotia.
Oh, you guys probably know each other, right?
Probably,
because everyone in Nova Scotia knows one another.
Like everybody in BC knows each other.
Actually, Nova Scotia is smaller. And it is kind of more... I think it's a little more friendly than at least the southern BC. I'm sure some of the other towns are very friendly. But I'm just thinking, when I was in Nova Scotia, I felt like people were reaching out to grab me and bring me into their society. I just loved it there.
Yeah.
And Louise and Jennifer Gowan in Virginia, also lovely area.
Deanne, hello from Louisiana. You're probably getting warm now.
I wonder if we say Louisiana or Louisiana.
True.
I'm just thinking How would you say
My
Louisiana?
West Coast Canadian accent probably doesn't do it justice. So
A.
yeah, A. Yeah. No, I don't say A.
No, you think
Yeah.
you don't, but we do
Well, I guess
apparently.
we do. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember some of my students in the States would laugh at me because they said, "Oh, you're always saying A," and I never say A. I know I don't.
We don't say that. Sorry.
And they laugh at me because actually we do,
Yeah.
apparently. Patty says retired April 1st. Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
know. You know what you're doing now? You're catching up on all those things you thought you'd do when you'd retire,
True.
right? Do you
Yeah.
remember when we first started our the Victoria Sampler, basically as it is now? Remember when we
It's
said
getting harder and harder to remember.
okay. It's specific.
Yeah.
It's not everything. Okay, so
Yeah.
what we said was, oh, well, it'll be really nice. One day a week we can sit down and stitch,
True. Yes.
together.
That was the idea
Mhm.
25 years ago. Yes.
And during the month of December, when things quiet down, we
Mhm.
can then do blah, blah, blah.
That's right.
And
Yes.
have parties. And I don't
Yeah.
know what we were thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what we were thinking either, because in 25 years, I don't think we've ever done that.
I think we
Yeah.
tried a
We
few
tried,
times. Do you
we
remember we
did.
had that big table, but
True.
we had to do it on a Saturday or
Yeah.
a day off
Mhm.
because there was no time.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
But the joke was, oh, we'll do that in December.
Yeah, that's right.
And
So I think you might have
Yeah.
had that retirement
Yeah.
thing too. We'll do that when I'm retired.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
now you're busy. Deanne says either pronunciation
Oh,
acceptable.
thank you.
Thank you. I feel much better.
hmm
I didn't mean to make
Yeah.
you feel bad.
I
mean,
I didn't feel bad. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. What am I saying? I know that when I was back east in the States, I remember someone who was from Louisiana and she called it by her accent.
Yes.
So I thought,
Yeah.
well, maybe that's the way it should be, but I
Yeah.
could never master it anyway.
We just don't have that accent.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
And of course, they think we have that accent.
True. A different
which,
accent
which
altogether.
we don't really actually have one.
Yeah. I think everybody has an accent from where they
Yeah.
are. What's
Yeah.
really funny is, of course, I went up island, and quite a few of my family's there. But my mom's sister, who grew up in the same area, and she's talking and she's saying words
Mm.
like she's from the East Coast, like car, And it's like, I said to my mom, where the heck did she get that accent from? She was born on Vancouver Island, so.
Maybe it's something. I think she's lived she's lived north of where she was born.
Well, I mean, we all grew up in Port Alberni. My mom was born in England, and my aunts and uncles were born in Victoria.
Okay.
Then they moved up North Island or Mid Island to Port Alberni.
Yeah.
But the aunt that has the accent also lived in Kamloops and
Variety
places
of
like that,
other
a variety
places.
of other places.
So you think
So
that
I
it's
think she's
put
got
on.
not put on, but a kind of a cross
Mhm.
accent from hearing other people.
International
Yeah,
BC accent.
absolutely. Yeah,
Inter BC.
yeah. It was interesting. I'm going, oh, where did that accent come from?
Oh, we've got some more people saying a few more things. So let's see. Deanne says the pronunciation. Thank you, Dorothy Wendell. Happy Friday. Good
Rain
stitching
here.
day.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yay on the packs.
I hope that these are we really look to see which ones are the most popular.
Yeah.
To see if we could make those, and some we couldn't make at all.
That's
But
right.
so then we did find some, and so you're in the process of kind of trying to figure out which ones you can make, and which threads aren't also needed for another pack.
Exactly.
It all overlaps.
Yeah, it all overlaps. I did the beads yesterday because the beads are the prime thing.
Yes,
So,
yeah, they're crucial.
yeah, there's a couple of packs that I thought I could make more of that I'm of course unable to, and I'm not going to mention which ones they are, but they will be limited quantity of accessory packs. So as soon as we make them available, grab them while you can.
Yeah, so far we've identified about 12 different ones.
Yes.
And, I have the list here.
Yes.
We don't know whether we can make them yet, so we're not going to announce it. For goodness sake, you'll be all disappointed if it doesn't work.
Absolutely.
Anyway, yes, Dorothy, you might have missed something. We actually started talking about this at the very beginning, which is a little bit probably not so good
No,
because then people come on board and go, what was that? What was that?
exactly.
But anyway, so what were you doing this week? I'm going to say it again.
Yeah, what I was doing was, of course, I've been doing inventory, and I discovered that we can make a few of our rack packs. So we won't be making all rack packs again,
No,
and we will only have a few of the ones I can make.
that's right.
Yeah.
But when we do, we'll probably let you guys know here first.
Yes.
Because you're just always here and we
Yeah.
appreciate you so much. So if anybody wants any, that would be good. And also so that you get a chance to get them because like she said, few of a few.
Yeah.
And at some point we're going to know which ones they are. Probably won't be up today, will they?
Well, we might be able to put them up today.
Yeah, but then we can't let people know what they are.
Well, that's true. It is kind of a circle, isn't it?
It kind of is. So I guess we won't be doing that till next week. I'm just trying to think what other way can we let you know. It's pretty tough to let you guys all know at the same time because all we have are your Facebook identities.
That's right.
We can't just email you guys. So
no.
Anyway, we could also just say, okay, we can put a few up today and we can make a guess at which ones they are. Shall we announce the things that we think we can make?
Sure, we can announce the things we think we can make.
Because we wanted to put them up today, right?
True.
Okay, so the ones we think we can make some of are Heirloom Christmas Pink and Red, and really just a few.
Yeah.
Christmas Village, a little bit more than that. Pumpkin Patch Farm, Trick or Treat, Stitchin' Witches, Thanksgiving Sampler, the Christmas Memories ornaments and the wool felt pack that goes with them, the Bling Tree Sampler, my goodness, and the Grateful Heart. So we have enough beads anyway to get those done.
Yes.
But we don't know if we have enough threads that don't, well, the thing is it's inventory. So it's possible that, there could be a little less threads than we imagined. So we just have to check them out. And as you make them, you're going to put them up, right? Because they're all ready to go.
We could do that, yeah.
Okay.
Or we could just make I guess we shouldn't make them available until I know how many I can make.
That's right. You got to make them first.
Got to make them first.
Anyway, I hope that helps you guys because very few people actually, it's just, I think there's about 50 or 60 people that actually look at this live thing. So probably I wouldn't put it on YouTube until tomorrow. And I think you're going to be making packs all day today, right?
I think I'm going to be making packs all day today.
Good.
Yes.
So as she makes them, they will be up.
Yes.
Have a look. Tanya says, gorgeous day in Arkansas. Nice.
Good.
Margaret says, I'm enjoying stitching souvenir.
Yeah.
It is slow going as I have trouble seeing linen. Oh, I'm so sorry that you have trouble seeing linen. I don't know if you are working with a magnifying glass. I know I couldn't see without my magnifier. And it's actually not the magnifier itself that I need, although I like that. It's more the light, the intense light. So maybe it would be helpful to get an aught light or something that really...
Exactly. Light is key. As a matter of fact, my husband quite often is on the couch and I'm sitting in my stitching chair, which is backwards. But if he turns around to look at me, I've got both my lights beaming down. He goes, oh my God, I can't see. Can you turn those lights off? I said, not if I want to stitch. I can't.
Not a chance. I know. And I have the same thing when we're both watching TV because that's, we often stitch. I often stitch then. I have my light on and I have to try and angle it so it doesn't shine into the TV.
That's the other
Richard.
thing.
He just drives me crazy because I can't see. It's a dark movie. I can't see. Turn it off for a minute. No.
Sorry, cannot do. Not if you want me happy.
That's right. And boy, they do want us happy. Dorothy, so I hope you know about the packs now, which is good. Good morning, says Karen.
4:30 a.m. Thank you for joining us so bright and early.
As always. Dorothy appreciates us too. How nice. Oh, you are an early bird.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you're in Australia and you want to, catch up with or actually
New Zealand,
look back at the rest of the world.
Yeah.
They're ahead, It's really weird to think about it, but it's true.
One for 40 in the afternoon for
Correct.
Margaret.
Correct. Tanya says even partial act packs would be appreciated. Oh,
Thanks, Tanya.
that's actually a really interesting idea to just put in the ones that we can get.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll resort to that later.
The threads that are left.
Yeah.
I think the beads are getting a little iffy, and that's what
Is that an
yeah.
issue?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll have to look and see what we
Yeah.
can do.
Although some beads we have so much of that we will never use them all. So
Oh, don't worry. I will use them all.
You will use them all?
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Maybe
can.
I'll make
Yeah.
little what do you call them? Little weighted paper
Mhm.
weights.
Paperweights? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Margaret Andrew, oh goodness, I missed you last week. My fault. Aw, after years of being careful, I caught COVID. Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh no.
I know it's not easy to have it, even if they say you were not going to, go to the hospital even. It's still not a nice disease at all. And from what I understand, there's a new one out.
Yes, yet another variant.
Yeah, and my brother, who was going to have a wonderful birthday party that he'd been, kind of putting off from the winter,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to have a birthday party with 75 guests for his 75th birthday back in February. So he's put it forward to April. I just got a notice from him. He said half his friends don't want to come because of the so-called third wave,
Yeah.
or fourth or fifth, or
I think it's now
whatever.
they classify it as the 6th wave.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever that wave is,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you caught it. And looks like you are getting better. Just brought Heirloom Christmas a couple of weeks ago. So I would love the Act Pack. Here's
Yeah.
hoping. Got to be on your toes. Is that
Yeah.
one that you're working on first?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I just pulled all the threads to make a grateful heart. So
Okay, so that's the
that
first
will be
one?
the first one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's nice for
Yeah.
people to know. That's
Yeah.
lovely. Dorothy Morrison Dressler, happy Friday. Yeah, you were right. We were triple vax as well. Thank goodness, though, that we were vax. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that the triple vax here, they're going to do it again for people over 70. So I'm all happy about that.
You're on the list already?
Not yet.
Not
no,
yet.
but when I am, I mean, at least I'm in the running
That's true.
to get it first. Because apparently the third vax didn't really, didn't last as long or something. I don't know.
Oh, the booster?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, okay.
Oh, well, we're just going to have to deal. That's all.
It is what it is, right?
Yep. Margaret, glad you're starting to feel better. Take care. Patricia says, use the beads to make needle minders. They're very popular. There you go.
Sure. Yeah.
We could make a pattern for needle minders.
Yeah. Have to get the magnets.
Yes, exactly. Is it needle minder? Is that like a magnet thing? Yeah, I guess so. It's the magnet
Yeah.
on both top and
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get some of those. That'll be cute.
It would be cute,
Yeah.
actually.
Thanks. Great idea, as always. There's a fourth shot available, says Dorothy Wendell. Yeah, that's what I meant by the fourth booster, whatever. So
Yeah.
hopefully that will work. I found some funny things. I know this.
He found some funny things.
Funny things, funny jokes. Okay, what do you say to someone who wants to stitch up their own wounds? Suit yourself.
No.
That's funny. It's stitchy.
And I wasn't looking.
No, you can't
I
be
thought
looking.
I'm not looking at the punchline here. Because
Then you
to start laughing before the punchline is delivered is
It's a no-no.
it ruins the punchline.
A needlewoman once spent a month stitching together old wristwatches to make a belt. It turned out to be a complete waste of time. Okay.
Yeah, it's like groan.
It's a groaner. My cousin writes songs about sewing machines. She's a singer-songwriter, so it would seem. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
So it would seem.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
and probably so is SEW,
Yeah, it
not
is.
SO.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the punniest one I've heard ever, really, about needlework. That's
Exactly. And they're asking for angel cards.
good. Are they? Guess what? We have them now, like this, in a bowl.
Exactly.
And no one can see the tops of them. There's
Yeah.
nothing visible. So, Lisa, feel free. Go and pick one out of the bowl.
To pick one out of the bowl. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm digging deep here.
Dorothy, here comes your angel card.
Okay.
And actually, it's not just Dorothy's, it's everyone's.
It's everyone's. And it is. Remember the magic within you.
Do,
Mm-hmm.
because there really is.
Yeah,
I find it amazing how much magic there is inside of us
absolutely.
if we only pay attention.
Yeah.
Because our imaginations are magic.
Absolutely.
Really, I've been working on this a color course, it's like getting more and more and more exciting.
Yeah.
And there's so much that I could put in, but I have to like dull down my
Stream it down.
imagination. That's
Yeah.
right. And make it. And I'm getting to the point where I think that I'll be able to help people by giving them a framework, a structured framework, and how to go about step one, step two, step three. And I think I've got at least 5 easy steps to substitute threads for ones that you already know the designer asked for. And I think about 10 steps in order to make it easy for you to use our creative patterns and start your own color matching, color coordinating system. And creating the palette is the key, right? And you have to start with your linen, but I'm not going to give it away.
No. No, too much information.
I am becoming very interested in the process of creating this course, because we were talking together, and we talked last week as well.
Yes.
And when I started talking to Lisa, I had no idea. I knew there was so much creativity out there, but I was like in a great big fog of creativity. And yes, I understand inside you will feel insecure, and people who haven't done it very much, they haven't practiced. It makes it feel a little bit more scary than if you've done it a few times before. So all of those psychological things I got, but I didn't get what is the actual process and how do you actually match colors together. So I don't know. This has now become my
mission.
Exactly. So you and I talked, and we were talking yesterday, and as we talk, things come clear, because Lisa will say, well, okay, yeah, whatever I'm saying, and she's not reacting. And then she goes, oh, yeah, that's right. And as soon as I hit something, and Lisa reacts in a way that's genuine, that means, oh, that would be really interesting to find out. I write that down, because that is where most people are insofar as knowing or not knowing how to change threads or substitute threads. But I also recognize there were 2 different ways. Like, I don't think of anybody has ever made a needlework course on how to create from scratch your own palette, rather than having a palette that's already sitting there in your pattern and you're changing that palette. That's a different thing.
That's a different thing, absolutely.
And our stitchers, they have been doing this in our stitch-alongs for the last 1.5 or 2 years.
Yeah. 2 years, actually, probably going on 3.
With our creative patterns.
Yeah, probably 3 years. It's 2.5.
Maybe 4. I don't know.
No, I think it's been a couple of years.
Anyway, our creative patterns have, I keep thinking to myself, well, the colors are there, so just match the colors. But it's not so easy for people.
It's not so easy, no.
And so I'm really enjoying the process of getting this course together, even if it's going to be a small course or whatever kind of course. It's interesting and fun for me, and I'm hoping that if I can find a way, that's a system that works for people, it'll be for so many people in the needle arts, not just with our kind of needlework.
Yeah.
Let's see. Margaret says, I've completed some stitch-alongs offered on different websites and on Facebook where the patterns are only black and white, no symbols, no color suggestions. And it is fun and challenging to pick my own colors. And sometimes I try to go outside my comfort zone and use colors I would never think of using. It's challenging. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you are practiced at it now. So you're starting to find that it's fun and challenging. But there are plenty of people, really a lot of people, who have the first clue on how to get started. Yeah. And definitely. So I think that this is going to be really exciting. On where the patterns are only black and white, no symbols, and no color suggestions. That I have not seen. I haven't seen a stitch-along like that. So, Margaret, please send to info@victoriasampler.com the either examples or website addresses of 1 or 2 of those kinds of stitch-alongs. Maybe it's in Facebook. I don't know. So send us a link. Because it's interesting for me to see what's out there, and I don't see everything. Yeah. So please, it'll be more fodder for the course. And Louise loves the idea of help with colors. Yeah. Wonderful. Hello, Michelle. Thank you, Louise. I appreciate that so much. And of course, since it's my latest obsession, I'm going to be, just thinking about that for the longest time. Oh, and I had to make a new pattern for that. So
yes, a new pattern will be part of the course.
That's right. And why not?
Yeah.
And this is going to be our last stitch along pattern for April on souvenir
Yes.
this year.
This week.
This week, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to have any more stitch along patterns in May. Just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I'm going to continue after that. I think so. But I want you to know that I'm not going to make any stitch along patterns for May.
Yeah.
So throughout May, you can finish souvenir.
Yes.
And you can download it if you need to.
Yeah.
And everything will be taken off the Facebook group after
the end of May.
May is over.
May 30th.
Yeah, after the end of May, basically. I mean, I'm not nearly as religious about the exact timing, but definitely during May you can still download, and after May you can't. So it's no good anybody coming on and saying, "Hi, really, I missed the 1st or the 7th or whatever."
You've got a whole month to download the pattern.
Yeah, everyone's got a whole month. And most of you who are here with us, you've already downloaded everything that you can. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But it's very often that I find suddenly people who have not kept up with us, or they're not actually looking at our stitch-alongs until after it's over.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave a month for myself so that I can complete this course. I really want to focus on that and not worry too much about your new stitch-along patterns.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let you know. And Margaret says, we'll do. Oh, thank you. info@victoriasampler.com. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more joke before we start showing any.
Before we start showing some stitching.
Okay. What is the name? This is okay. But anyway, what's the name of the organization that helps people with stitching disasters? The Thread Cross.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear about that poor bloke who fell into an upholstery machine? He is now completely recovered. Okay. You're doing the really good groan. Anyway, we have some models. That kind of suggest to us what you can do with your hearting at the bottom of the souvenir. It's not exact. I mean, there's a bunch of things that are but different kinds of needle weaving that we're going to show you, but it's heart hanger, and we wanted to show you these models just the same. You can just add dove's eyes. You can add some dove's eyes, and maybe not all dove's eyes. You can add all different kinds of needle weaving in that center kind
of
part. What do you call that? It's
a triangle almost.
Yeah, it's a bottom of
it's not really heart.
No, it's like a triangle. So, and also this week we'll show you the cutting methods online so that you can see good examples of cutting. And there's a few other, there's some really good diagrams. I made them. I want you to be very proud of me because,
Are you sure you made them?
I'm pretty sure I made them, but I made them from diagrams you had made.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
So with the dotted lines,
right?
Where you cut and everything. So I had to use one of yours and then I expanded it. So anyway, so you'll be very pleased to see that in the stitch along. So our models are going to show you some patterns that are kind of like spring, summer patterns.
Exactly.
And they have heart hanger in them.
They do. The first one, and I actually really loved making this one. It's the spring box.
This is only the top of the spring box.
Exactly.
Look at that heart hanger.
And
boy, oh boy.
Remove and show you the inside of the box. Let me put the lid on correctly again. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm wiggling it too much, aren't I?
No, you're not. You're doing fine. But I think it would be nice to see the sides too, because it's not just the top that you see in a box.
True.
Those sides are just beautiful with the colors that you see on the top.
Exactly, and there's where it's joined together, but you would never know that.
Where is that? Oh, right there. Well, show them. It actually is very deceiving. I think it's right there. Yeah, exactly. You can see it a little bit, but only if you're looking for it.
Yes, and this design
so how did you do this again? Sorry. I think you did one whole long strip,
I did one whole long strip, and then I scored it.
And then you scored it at the folds.
That's right. Measuring each... because it's a hexagon, so measuring each section
over and over
again.
So it was a labor of love,
Well,
obviously.
it certainly was.
And then at the bottom, it looks like you've made another section, all one, and
Absolutely.
glued it to the bottom.
Yeah.
And we could even put beads on the bottom or
Yeah.
something, but basically beautifully done, sweetie.
Yes, thank you. And it also has a little needle or pin keep.
Yeah, this one's more decorative than anything else, isn't it?
That's right.
Can I see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
And
ahead.
then, of course, a little scissor case that also has heart hanger in it. And I actually really like this scissor fob.
This is probably one of my favorite. I like the shape. It's
Me
quite
too.
different.
Me too.
There. That's really cute. And I particularly like the bottom heart in with
Yes.
kind of the
Yeah. It's almost like a road stitch.
Yeah, it's like
or
string heart.
Actually, it's a Jessica stitch, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. That's exactly what it is. And I love that because it's not something that is often done. But if you look here, you'll see it also on the top of the box itself.
Yes.
Look at that. Anyway, this heart hanger is fairly simple. It's got some dove's eyes going back and forth. And I think if you just choose one section like that, if you just look at this one section, it can be a pattern or a type of needle weaving that would fit very nicely on the bottom of the stitch along. There we go.
And then this one
is only there because we haven't shown it before.
Oh, well, that's right, exactly. And it's part of Good Friends sampler.
Which we did show.
And it's the heart hanger part.
And also made into one pillow, which I just love. And again, this is a heart shape, but look at how you can do I can't think of my words today. Greek crosses all the way along the bottom, and then you can keep an open work at the top, so that if it's a triangle like this, you can have Greek crosses, partial Greek crosses back and forth at the bottom to make the point, and then leave the top open with just weaving.
Yes.
It looks really pretty.
It would look really stunning. Okay, and this is actually one of your earlier patterns, and it's antique lace.
That turned into a bookmark was really pretty.
It is.
I couldn't believe it when this came on. You did this, or was it Yvonne that did this?
I can't remember. If I did this one.
But it's got like a little bit of metallic.
I think I did this one.
Oops, sorry. There's metallic in the tassel too, not just in here. There's metallic also on the tassel. And I think you're right. I think you might have done this one. Looks really pretty too. And what's this called again? Antique lace. And antique lace is a really good one to change colors.
Definitely.
Because you've got the overdye for the little carnation flower, the stylized carnation flower. And then the same colors are, of course, in the lettering and that little heart at the bottom. But there's very little other color there except that metallic. So you could start with the overdye or start with the metallic.
Yeah.
And then fill in what's in the overdye that you're using. So this entire thing can be perfect to substitute.
Absolutely.
New colors for.
Okay, and this is Autumn Romance. Made into a bell pull.
Love is a dream that never ends, is what says this one.
Exactly, and it's got also some really nice heart hanger.
This heart hanger is actually more representative of what the bottom of the bottom of the stitch along looks like.
Yeah, definitely.
I've had a really tough night last night.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So just so you know.
You didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
No, I didn't. But anyway, so you can see at the bottom, this is also a triangle. So this would actually show more like the bottom of the stitch along souvenir. And here's another triangular looking heart hanger piece. This is actually from a leaflet that's called Intro to
Bell Pull Finishing.
Bell Pull Finishing. Is it Intro to Bell Pull Finishing?
No, I think it's just called Bell Pull Finishing.
Okay, so look that up if you're interested in these three patterns.
3 patterns. There are 3 different methods of finishing. And actually the first one is putting hem stitching around.
Yes, the directions in the leaflet are so good. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to put hem stitching around
any sampler.
Yep.
And see, that's how it's
done
it
looks
on the
at
back.
the back. Yeah. It's really well done.
And you would, of course, slide the hardware through the little openings here at the top and the bottom. And then, of course, the heart hanger is pretty simple on that one.
Very simple. There's no heart, and there's not even a dove's eye in sight. It's just plain
Yeah.
plain weaving.
Plain weaving. Actually, there's the triple.
Oh, there's a triangular looking
eyelet.
eyelet
You
there.
can't really see it on this one because there's nothing backing it. But
okay.
this is another way of finishing a bell pull where you fold over the sides. You add some contrasting fabric for behind the heart hanger. And then you line it at the back.
With some lovely
With
coordinating
some
fabric.
And there again, you would slide the hardware through the openings. Let's see if I can find an opening through the opening right there.
Yeah, because you made that as part of the lining, right? So that you kept that part open?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like you can see, it's really easy to see up close that you actually even had some stitching there to make sure that this didn't come undone.
And then last is adding blanket stitches around something and then finishing it off that way. This one I also put some contrasting fabric behind the heart hanger, and I did line it as well at the back.
And you put a flap, which is also kind of cut around the outside of that flap with the nun stitch.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, this is really a great thing, bell pull finishing. I love that leaflet because if you want to know any of the three things, you can, and you've got a couple of you've got a pattern that you can learn on. It's not too big so that you can have kind of fun putting things, putting your other pieces as bell pulls.
Absolutely. And this one would also be a great one for changing colors too.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
I've seen it done in pink, which is very pretty as well.
Soft. Okay, and somebody loves doing heart hangers. I'm just checking to see what people are saying. Margaret says, I love doing heart hanger. That figures because you sound like you've been stitching for some time. Tanya says, lovely fabric on your spring box. That's so true, and it's so appropriate. Done in my favorite colors. A lovely set. The spring colors, I think.
Okay.
Yep, because it's a set, so it must be the spring box. And Jennifer Davis is here. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I hope nothing bad has happened, that you've been away. Probably are way too busy in the springtime. And Milady is here. Happy Stitch Along Friday to you too. Glad you've arrived. So good. And do we have some more models?
We do. This one is called the Pansy Sampler.
We seem to have a lot of mauve.
We do.
Mauve.
It's the spring theme.
It is kind of, that's right. Even though these are pansies, they still are a little bit purple. And you can see, again, different kinds of filling stitches. A little bit of dove's eyes and then partial Greek crosses at the top this time.
And let's see what else we have here.
We have a whole bunch, don't we?
We do.
I wanted to tell the latecomers the little story about our act packs.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when I asked Lisa what she'd been doing, her answer was that she'd been doing inventory and found a variety of things that she thought she could make some extra act packs from. And sure enough, when she had coordinated everything together so that no particular act pack took precedence, and she just put in a few in our system, she could make a few of a few act packs.
Yes.
So,
That's
I like the
great.
way you said that. So we are going to be doing them one step at a time. They are going to be made first. And as soon as she's made that particular designs, the act packs that she can make, they will go up on our website. And I believe she started with a Grateful Heart.
A Grateful Heart.
Yeah.
Will be first.
Yeah. And if you want to find out which other ones are coming, just go to our replay section. Once this live stream is over, you can just, as soon as it's finished, you can probably find it, and then you can click on it and discover somewhere a third of the way through or halfway through, we tell which ones they are.
Yes.
Maybe we should do it one more time
We can
near
do it
the
one
end.
more time. Yes.
Near the end, we'll tell you again. Okay. Deborah says, lovely pansies. Oh, Jennifer says, not so very good. Unfortunately, my best friend and co-worker passed in January. Uh-oh. So you've been extremely busy. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is really sad. And I'm so glad that you were there to step in and help. But I know how terrible that is because you're also emotionally vulnerable during that time. So heart goes out to you. I'm glad you're back. Diane Zamudio says, Happy Stitch Along Friday from Killeen, Texas.
Hello?
I don't think we've seen you before. Your
We-
name before, Diane.
Yeah.
Do you recognize this name?
I'm not recognizing the last name, but that doesn't necessarily mean you haven't joined us before.
That's true, you know. I shouldn't say that because I forget from one Friday to the next what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Never mind names.
That's true. Okay, here is the lilac sampler.
Also mauve.
Also, yes.
But you can see, again, you've got the little simple heart hanger, mostly woven bars, so it can be very simple and still look very pretty.
Absolutely.
And also, I noticed that I put different colored pearl cotton at the bottom for the cluster blocks, just for, interest's sake.
Interest, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to do it that way, but you could. And this is because we're showing all these because it reminds you what you can do with the heart hanger at the bottom of the souvenir stitch along pattern. That's what the theme is here today.
And this one is Heirloom Birth. Done in pinks.
For girls.
For girls. And the heart hanger, of course, is at the bottom.
Correct. I love this phrase. During your life, we wish for two things. One is roots, the other's wings.
Yeah.
And this happens to be mine. I did it for myself because nobody made me a sampler. So guess what? I made one for myself.
And you did a mighty fine job,
Thank you. I've got my whole name on there. It's quite long. So I wanted to be sure that anyone could get all their entire name on.
On it?
Yeah, because it's not easy to get enough room for it.
True. Does that sit in your bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, last but not least, there we go.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've seen this one once before this year, but I wanted to show you anyway because it is such a good example. Oh, sorry. This is called Victorian Rose. And as you can see, it's full of glitter and sparkle and can be done for Christmas as well, if you like. But at the bottom, when you see the heart hanger at the bottom, you can see there is the V shape there. And of course, on souvenir, you have a line right across. But it can give you some idea of what you can do with stair-step weaving. And also a heart at the top. There's a whole bunch of different needle weaving in here. There is dove's eyes, and there are partial Greek crosses, there's wrap bars, and there's also woven bars. And what are these little guys in the middle? I've forgotten.
Twisted, they're not twisted
No,
spokes, are they?
No, I think
just
they're another imagination.
Yeah.
These little guys in the middle are some kind of imagination on my part, or I looked them up somewhere. I've forgotten. Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't remember
with
everything.
the bead in it.
Yeah,
So.
the bead. That's right. And then there's these two little items that go with it. As a set, this looks really cute. And this one is an ornament for a Christmas tree. Could be, at least. And this one also can just sit in the branches, this one, which I love.
It's called a sugar plum.
We have several sugar plum patterns, don't we?
3, I think.
Yeah.
There.
We've done and shown all the models that we collected so far. We've marked them off on our little list.
And hopefully not show them too soon.
Again.
Yeah,
it's kind of exciting to know that you're going to be seeing all the different ones. And very soon, we're just about out of our more floral, non-Christmas, non-holiday ones. And so very soon, we're going to be starting to show our probably our fall ones. Yeah, which is going to be a little tricky because it's not fall.
No, not yet. No.
On the other hand,
you don't have too many summer ones.
I don't think I do. I mean, there's the big one there, Village.
Yeah, the Harbor Village.
Harbor Village. That's
and then
summer.
There's the cottages.
Those are very summery.
You know, the Beach Cottage and the Ocean Boulevard, and then Cherry Blossom. So that's
there's some summery, and there's Summer Dreams, but it's not specifically for the summer. Yeah. And I think a lot of us don't stitch during the summer as
Probably
much.
not. No. No.
I know that in the United States, you guys have a lot of designs already for the 4th of July. So that's a big deal. And because I'm Canadian, I really can't pretend.
Yeah.
It has to mean something to me.
Yes.
And so the 4th of July means something to the designers who live in the States. And I'm very happy that you guys have all these other ones that make a lot of sense to you. We do have a few Canadian 1st of July patterns, kind of, I think. But I think I've spent a lot more of my time on human emotion rather
Yeah.
than on summer holidays.
Holidays, yes.
Yeah. Things like the Grateful Heart that, you're saying that
Absolutely.
you're making a pack for.
Yeah.
So exciting.
It's a beautiful piece to stitch.
And Dorothy wants to know, what's that one called again, please? Well, it's pretty difficult to know. I think it's called Victorian Rose.
Are you talking about this one, Dorothy? It's Victorian Rose. Sorry, I'm showing it in the bag. That doesn't really help, does it?
She's showing the bag.
Yeah.
Is it this one, Dorothy?
Is it this one?
You just have to say yes or no.
This is Victorian Rose.
Okay. And if it's a different one, we'll show you all of them again if you want.
True. No problem.
Anyway, so another joke. Okay.
Another joke?
I think I have 2 more.
Okay. Dorothy said thank you. That was the one.
Oh, good. Okay. Quill's got a date with a dressmaker next week. Poor girl. She seems nice.
Ha.
That's all, folks. It says at the bottom there's only one now. Anyway, I think that those are kind of cute. They're not necessarily for our stitching, but there are some other ones there that I'm not going to get into. I'll wait for that till next week. And what are we going to do this coming week for our work? We're going to continue to make backpacks as you can.
As I can. And continue to do inventory to see if I can make anything else down the road.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
And we have found not only the inventory, but also we have found some more models. We didn't find them last week. We were kind of busy doing other things as well. But we, as we unearth models, we found one. And this one is really beautifully stitched and really beautifully framed. You can see it's got a kind of a silvery gold finial, I think they call that, right?
Yeah.
A wooden finial on the frame, which makes this beautifully framed. And this one's called Silk Bougainvillea. So anyone who has any bougainvilleas would really understand how much I love them. They are so amazing. So this one's Silk Bougainvillea, and it is done in this case in a very soft peach color, which may appeal to your decor. And if you look, it says, to see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. It's an excerpt from Blake's poem, a very very well-known poem about life. And it's fairly spiritual. I just love that poem intensely. And I think that this does it justice, this entire piece. So it's going up for auction. As soon as, I know, I already have one. So just so you know, this one is not the one that I'm keeping. But this is one that was just beautifully stitched and framed. And I wanted to make sure that someone who loves it can have it for themselves. Oh, and I did want to also show that as far as Hardanger goes, we have these Beyond Cross Stitch Hardanger level 5, Hardanger series that's level 5 and level 6. And if you haven't done Hardanger before, which many of you have, but perhaps someone who is watching this afterwards has not done Hardanger before, you can take a course in our courses in our academy, in our Victoria Sampler Academy. So just go to our website and look up under catalog. You'll see courses, and there you can sign up for courses to do with beginners Hardanger, which is at the bottom of our souvenir, right? Our souvenir stitch along. And these are the first 5 patterns for level 5, which is our beginners Hardanger piece. And it's a little hard to see because there's glass on top, but you can see the top one doesn't even have any cutting, so you get to learn how to do cluster blocks and satin stitches. And then the next one has just weaving. The one after that has weaving and 1 dove's eye. The one after that has wrapping and several more dove's eyes. And then this one has only divided wrap bars. So these are 5 in a row that look so nice together. It's hard to even get them in one, but I love the way they've been framed. It makes them really look special too, to get them all together. And I think we have them also, no, maybe not here. We have them in the back, I think, shown as a beautiful wall hanging with beautiful fabric in between each of them, so that they're like, they look like little jewels.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to show you that even though the designs in the Beyond Cross Stitch have been out for a while, they are amazingly effective at learning how to do heart hanger,
Absolutely.
but also pretty on their own, even though they're meant for learning only. So Jennifer Davis says, I'm going to stitch close at heart in memory of my best friend.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's really a nice one. I'm so glad you're doing that. Okay, so I think we're done for our day.
I think so too. Done for the day?
Well, not done for your day.
I know. I'm going to be making packs.
No, I'm going to be whipping you, and that's just my job for today.
Well, I think you're going out, aren't you?
I am. A
you
girlfriend
have a nice
of mine.
Afternoon out.
It'll be for lunch, but it's called high tea. So we're going to have high tea at lunch. I have a feeling it's an excuse to have as many goodies as you can possibly cram into one luncheon.
And their high tea is really good. You're going to Bouchard Gardens. It's a very nice high tea.
I think so too. And we'll renew our, our 12-month membership so that we can go anytime. It's kind of an event. It's also very expensive to go both for high tea and for
absolutely
for the entrance, and then also get the ticket. But we want to do all of them so that we're ready for the next month, and we can go for free anytime we want to the big Butcher Gardens.
Yes,
it's going to be great.
Not necessarily for free because you're paying.
We paid ahead.
Yeah.
But getting a 12-month pass for gardens like that, I mean, you can see it all year round.
Absolutely.
Oh, I just love that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that we're going to go and do that. Hopefully, the thing that I had to do last night, my partner Richard was traveling, as you may know, and he was traveling in an airport and lost his wallet. So I spent quite a bit of time phoning banks and making sure that all of those things were taken care of. So I'm kind of hoping that things have calmed down by the time I get back from this luncheon, because I'm going to be wanting a nap, and I don't want to have a phone call saying, can you do this and that and the other thing?
Turn phone off. Off.
I think I'll be missing and MIA.
Yeah. Cell phone off. Home line removed from the wall.
That's right. That's right. Just don't answer the phone for at least an hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a panic when you get something like that.
Oh yeah,
happening.
especially when you're not at home.
Yeah, it just makes you feel so bad. I've had it happen to me before, and I was glad to be able to help him, and everything has turned out good. He didn't lose his passport or one credit card, so yay!
And cash. He had some cash too.
He had some cash
that
too,
was not in his wallet.
Luckily. Yeah, exactly. Put that wallet around his neck so he doesn't lose it again.
Absolutely.
Margaret said, sounds like a great way for you to have the rest of my day. Oh, and for me too, I guess. Yes. Yeah. And it looks like, is there anything more here? Nope. Have a wonderful weekend to you too, Norma, and to all the ladies out there. I hope you do. I hope you have a really, really nice weekend, and we'll see you again next Friday.
See you until next Friday.
I think we did not show. No, we did not show the, let's see. Do I not even have it here? The stitch along? I thought I had put it out here.
Oh, I guess not.
Oh, well, you'll see it online. The stitch along is there, so not to worry. You'll find it.
You'll find it. It'll be there.
And the auction will be there, too, before I leave for my little high tea.
Very nice.
Sorry.
Yep. No, that's okay.
You.
Are you sure you're going to make it for high tea?
I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep my eyes open and know that I am probably feeling a lot better than Richard is at this time.
Well, that's true. Yes, and I think once you have your sugar intake, you're going to be
fine.
You should be fine. Yeah.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.
See you next Friday. Bye-bye.